As an executive chef, I've done everything in the kitchen. Along with my brother, an award-winning mixologist, we have over 20 years of experience in the restaurant industry. My name is Renny Alfonso, and this is my brother, Alex. We fish, we eat, we travel, and we want more. We decided to start our journey in the waters of our hometown. So where better to set sail than where it all began for us, Miami. Once off the yacht, we visited one of the most flavorful neighborhoods in South Florida, Little Havana. Here, the streets are filled with the essence of Cuban culture. Our first stop is one of the most renowned cigar shops in town, La Gloria Cubana. Not only did we meet a legendary cigar roller, but I attempted to roll my own. In Little Havana, any good cigar must be accompanied by a shot of Cuban coffee, better known as a cafecito. We stopped at a landmark restaurant, El Bug, where I was reminded of my favorite childhood sandwich, the Cuban. But this one was with a twist.
There we go.
There you go, man. So it's a Cuban sandwich on steroids. You got the roast pork that they do in-house, the ham, the Swiss cheese, the mustard and pickle. That's your traditional Cuban. Then we add a croqueta in there, and you get this crunchy, crispy, creamy layer of ham, intense ham flavor. It's a banging sandwich.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
A visit to Little Havana is not complete without a friendly game of dominoes with the locals at Domino Park.
No me diga que los novatos le ganaron.
We also visited the up-and-coming neighborhood of Wynwood.
A lot of people are calling this Williamsburg, Brooklyn. You can tell because of all the graffiti and the hipsters all over the place.
A place where the streets are alive with color and artwork. The next South Beach. While in Wynwood, we visited a spectacular restaurant and bar, Ceviche, where my brother Alex tasted and shared some of its most popular drinks. He was even invited behind the bar to make his own.
Good for you, man. Sorry, man.
I was able to visit the kitchen and experience an authentic ceviche made by Chef Jamie Pasacle.
Yeah, I can eat this all day, man.
It's cold.
It's good, it's cold, it's fresh. The hominy, or chocolate you call it, it's got that.
And you can feel the rocoto, but it not burns.
No, that's perfect balance of acidity, the sweetness from the seafood,
And
the
we have
shrimp, the fried onion.
Some different things like the seaweed, but it's
Oh, it's banging, dude.
thank you.
After a delicious day on land, we've taken to the water. As we traveled through the Miami River, we were able to see the city from a different perspective. We don't always have to get off the boat to get some lunch.
Bro, I got dinner.
What are you having?
I'm having this.
So we're gonna make a classic daiquiri accentuated with a little bit of Cuban coffee and mango. So first thing we do, sugar cubes. About 1.5 ounces of rum per cocktail. So let's go ahead and get a little fresh mango in there. A little bit of Cuban colada. A little bit of ice for a cocktail. A quick shake. So it's gonna come out nice and frothy, a little bit like that. That's from the Cuban coffee. So this is our ode to the high seas right here. A little bit of mango, some Cuban coffee, and a standard daiquiri right there. Cheers. Here you go, man. Made you one.
Thanks, man.
Cheers.
Cheers. Growing up, we go down to Bimini, the Bahamas, and we were able to get this beautiful conch. It's fresh, raw conch, so we're gonna make a conch ceviche out of this. Very simple. We're gonna make what is traditionally called a leche de tigre. Leche de tigre is what the fish, in this case the conch, has been marinated in. So what we got here is fresh coconut milk. I'm gonna put this in the pot. We're gonna have a little bit of sugar. We don't necessarily want it sweet, we just wanna bring out the flavor of the coconut. And we're just gonna put that over medium heat. Here we have some fresh Thai basil, We're gonna infuse the coconut milk with the basil. So in essence, we're making a basil coconut tea. And then here I got some cilantro. We're gonna use the cilantro leaves in the ceviche and then the cilantro stems into the coconut milk. And then to give it a little bit of a fishy taste, but in a good way, we're gonna add a couple of anchovy fillets. So we're just gonna bring this in. They're already here, it's pretty hot in here. Just gonna let that steep for a few minutes. And while that's going, I'm gonna work on the rest of the ceviche and you'll see how quick it comes together. Here I have the cilantro leaves. We're gonna use all of this for the ceviche. Best way to chop some herbs is roll them up into a tight bundle. And we're not gonna go too fine here. We just wanna give it a nice little coarse chop all the way across. To that as well, we're gonna add some chives. To the bowl again, we're also gonna add some scallions. This will give it a little bit of an onion flavor. Pretty mild. And to this, we're also gonna add a little bit of red onion. Now this here is called jicama. It's a root vegetable native to South and Central America. Has the texture of a pear and an apple. Very mild flavor. We're only gonna actually add this for crunch. All right, so now the leche de tigre has been steeping here with the herbs for about 20 minutes. And all we're gonna do is strain out all the solids. It's just a simple mesh strainer. We're gonna pour it into an ice bowl so we can get it down to temperature. So again, the conch, you wanna get it, and we're just gonna slice it as thin as we can get it. As a kid, go down to Bimini, get some conch salad, which is in essence the same thing, just different flavors. Nothing brings me more than a happy place. And at this point, all we really have left is to add the acid, which in this case is the lime juice. You can use any citrus you like as long as there's a good amount of acidity. And we'll add the leche de tigre. We're gonna just season that with a little bit of salt, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. So one of the ingredients I found while we were touring Miami at one of the Peruvian restaurants we went to, I found this chili paste. It's called rocoto, and it's a real high heat chili. So we're gonna add that to this. And we're gonna start adding some of this coconut milk or leche de tigre. And we're just gonna spoon that in until we get the consistency we want. It doesn't have to be drowning in sauce, but we want it to be somewhat saucy. And if you want more, you want more. You're not gonna make me cry about it. I'm just gonna stir this up. And if this doesn't have South Florida, Bahamas, Caribbean written all over it, I don't know what else does. I just have some butter lettuce leaves here. And really all we're gonna do with it, put it on the bottom of the martini glass. A little bit of the coconut, leche de tigre, conch ceviche with jicama, ton of herbs. And then to give this dish just a little bit extra crunch, you got some Spanish Marcona almonds. Totally up to you. We're just gonna drizzle it with a little bit more olive oil. And the kicker would be a little dollop of the ají rocoto on top. Trust me when I tell you, this ceviche is banging. All right, so we were lucky enough earlier today to go down and snorkel and catch a couple lobsters. And we had a good day today. We got 5 guys. And then we're just gonna put these on the grill for literally a minute. And all we're trying to do is loosen the shell from the meat. And these guys are so fresh, they're gonna curl up with the heat. And then we're just gonna put them about 30 seconds on this side, 30 seconds on the next side. And what's gonna happen is that meat's gonna contract and pull away from the shell. So that's going on for about 30 seconds. We'll make the marinade real quick. I got a Ziploc bag. And real quickly, we're just gonna add a little bit of peanut oil, Jamaican curry powder, soy sauce, a little bit of salt, and chopped cilantro. So I'm just gonna give these guys a quick little flip. So while that's going on the other side, I'm gonna start getting the salad ready. So the salad is real simple as well. It's a lot of picked greens. So here we have some parsley, and parsley real vibrant, real bright, real fresh. And then cilantro leaves again, just pick through them. And the idea behind this is making a salad without lettuce, just herbs. So it's real flavorful, real aromatic, real light, perfect for a day out here. I'm smelling my lobster over there. They're telling me they're ready to come off. We're just gonna put them back on this platter, let them chill for a few minutes. So to the salad, we're gonna be making a grilled lime vinaigrette. So we're just gonna cut some limes in half. I'm gonna put those on the grill as well. Get a nice char on them. That's gonna do 2 things for us. A, change the flavor of the lime, caramelize them a little bit, and it'll make the juices come out a lot easier. All right, so we took the lobsters off the grill, and we're on my scissors down the back of them, and the bottom. And that's just in order to give us access to the meat on the inside. So that's all we want, is the stuff on the inside, the good stuff. These Florida Rocks lobsters, they don't have claws like our northern buddies. We're just gonna turn them open like that and dump them in the bag with the marinade. Give everything a good shake. And it's gonna turn the lobster meat a nice golden color because we had that Jamaican curry. And that same Jamaican curry powder is the stuff used for like Jamaican beef patties, goat stew, you name it. We're just gonna let that chill out for a little bit. And then we're gonna pull the limes off of the grill now that they've had a chance to caramelize, and we're gonna let those cool for a second. We'll let those hang out for a second while they cool off. Side. Now in this bowl, what I have here is some coconut oil. That's gonna be the basis for the vinaigrette on the salad. So coconut oil is solid at room temperature for the most part. So I'm just gonna put that on the grill for a few seconds just to melt. And then for the vinaigrette, we got garlic and ginger. I'm gonna give the garlic a smash and the ginger a smash. I'm just gonna chop those up together. And the key to this vinaigrette is adding it to that oil when it's slightly warm. That'll help the oils and the garlic and the ginger come out and infuse the coconut oil a little bit more than we would just add it cold. For the salad as well, we're gonna be using some green mango. Cut some slices. Just gonna cut into ribbons. Add that to our salad. Our oil should be nice and hot now. It's shimmering a little bit. We're gonna add the garlic and ginger we chopped earlier. We're gonna stir that in. Add a little bit of salt. And the juice from the charred limes. A little stir. Last few steps we need for the salad. We're gonna peel off a couple carrots to give the salad a little bit more color, a little crunch. All right, so now we're getting ready to add the lobsters to the grill. They've been marinating for about 10-15 minutes. They don't need much time. So we're just gonna go ahead, bring this over, and we're gonna put them flesh side down onto the grill. Most important thing with anything you put on a grill, once you put it on, leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Don't start flipping it. Just let it do its thing. Ideally, what we're gonna do is pretty much cook these lobsters almost entirely on one side, and then we'll just flip them over for a minute, and they'll be done. So if you could smell this right now, all you would get is the curry powder, the lobster, and... Oh, did you finally wake up?
Yeah.
Good, take over the grill for me. I gotta finish the salad. Just give those guys a quick flip. They'll be done in about 1 more minute. I'll finish the salad up here. So while those are finishing up, I'm gonna add another lime to the grill. And we're gonna have it so we can squeeze it onto the plate. And then here again, we have the parsley, cilantro, carrots, mango, peanuts. And season that with a little bit of salt. Yeah, you're okay. And then here we have that coconut oil, charred lime, ginger, garlic vinaigrette. So we're gonna give that a good drizzle in here. And you want it to be a little soupy because we want a lot of this vinaigrette to permeate inside of the lobster. If we're gonna put the lobster on the platter, we want it just to drench down into the lobster. No, actually you can start putting them on the platter. We're gonna give this a nice toss. And honestly, these are the best hands, the best tools in the kitchen. And we're just gonna literally just pour the salad right over the top. Some charred lime on the plate. Drizzle with more of that lime, ginger vinaigrette. A little bit more peanuts. And that's a banging lobster tail.